I know there's people that like to go in the gym when they're hurt, but for me, it feels like I could be doing other things.
Oh,
I
like
don't
going and
Yeah,
watching.
I'm not the fan of just sitting
I'm
there
not
and
me
waiting.
neither.
I'm not the person to do that.
I feel
There's
exactly how
black
you
belts that
feel.
might wanna do that. That's not me. I rather like, "Okay, well, it's time to heal. I'll do
Yeah.
something else, and I'll come
Yeah.
back." I'm not gonna watch people do jujitsu. I feel like I'm not, like, wasting my time, but it's more like if I'm not doing it, I don't
I
wanna be
could
there.
be yeah, like the time that I would have gone to classes when I've been doing like the knee rehab or doing some other exercise.
And it's maybe life tell you, "Hey, focus on something else for a little bit," you know?
So yeah, dude, I felt the exact same way. I'm like, I'm not gonna just go to the gym to just watch.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I would do that. Let's say I hurt my knee super bad and I'm like cast, crutches and stuff. I think I'd pop in every month
Hmm.
to like because I'm gonna feel lonely. Especially I'm working from home, I'm not seeing anyone. I'd still go
Yeah.
for community because if you don't go for a while, then you realize, man, like I miss seeing the people I
Hmm.
always see, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense if it's like a long-term
Long
injury
term.
that's gonna take months or more to
But since
heal.
you'll be back in a month, you feel like, you know,
Yeah, I guess. I'll
why
see you when
watch?
I see you.
What up, Prison Miguel?
Prison Nate.
So, hey, brother.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing this lovely Sunday?
Not bad. What?
You just woke up?
You've been up for a while?
I have been up for a while. I can use that now. And it
Yeah,
actually
you
makes
can.
sense.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So
Oh.
what's new with you, bud? Last time I talked to you, you're nursing a leg injury. How's that leg of yours treating you?
It's
Feeling better?
yeah,
Wait,
better
that doesn't sound good.
better, but it's yeah, it's yeah, it's
It's
just
taking its sweet ass time.
yeah, taking its time to heal. Like even yet like yesterday I kind of pressed on it a certain way while I was just moving around
Doing
normally.
something.
I was just like,
How's the
man,
squat? Like squat's okay. It's only when you bring that knee in, like inwards, like in an angle.
yeah. So whenever I try to do like a cut,
Like the
right?
Charlie, that was that Charlie Brown? Oh no, that dance where you bring your knees like that. Yeah,
Yeah. But then like yesterday we were at the dog park and I was like crouching down and I felt like
something
now
gave
my
out.
no my I feel like my other knee because I've been favoring it is kind of sore now
Oh
too.
shit, because it's working overtime,
I'm like, God,
compensating.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm like, I'm,
You're just
yeah, I'm
feeling
kind
bummed.
of a little bit because I want to go back, but then I'm like, man, I don't want to go back and just hurt
Hurt
my knee
yourself
worse.
even long. Yeah, and you could tell everyone, "Hey, go easy on my knee," but if you're not that type of person to say that, then they're gonna roll the way they normally do, and you want to roll the way you normally do, then something bad might
Yeah.
happen.
So I'm just yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to gauge it how it feels. Like even right now I'm like bending it and straightening it. I can feel it. It's still kind of tight
Were
and
you pursuing any um, physical therapy on your own, like YouTube type of stuff?
yeah, online. Yeah, and that's what my doctor told me. Just Google MCL rehab exercises.
Mm. Wait, he didn't give you a plan or anything?
No. Well, cuz he's,
Oh,
he's just my
yeah.
my
I had to go to a sports, not a sports, but like someone to help me, and then
mhm.
they gave me the plan, not the actual doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor just
Yeah.
told me to go to them. You go talk to them, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could have, if I could have, like, gone back and asked for a referral for PT,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like the exercises online are adequate.
that's good, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so definitely not the tournament then. That's out of the bag.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna cancel on tomorrow, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like the best choice.
Yeah, I think
I don't
so.
blame you.
Because even if I was back to training, like we talked about, competition level is different than training level, so
Mm.
even more odds of screwing my knee up. So
I'm guessing workout kind of um got thrown into a flux too. It's hard to even work out too.
I've been like when it first happened, I was just focusing on upper body, like things I can do seated on the bench,
Yeah.
and then doing the leg rehab stuff, and but no actual like weighted squats or deadlifts or anything like that. So
Mm,
haven't tried any of that yet.
mm. Could always do yoga. It's low, you know, not a lot of pressure on
Yeah.
places and stuff like that. It's
Hmm.
good stretching and it equalizes, especially if you're one-sided in jiu-jitsu and you favor a side.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, seems like you're doing everything you need to do, man. It's just
Just doing what I can.
time, patience. That's all you
Yep.
can.
It's the hardest part.
Hmm. So, I know there's people that like to go in the gym when they're hurt, but for me, it feels like I could be doing other things.
Oh,
I
like
don't know.
going and
Yeah, I'm
watching.
not. I'm not the fan of just sitting
I'm
there
not
and
me
waiting. I'm
neither.
not. I'm not the person to do that.
I dude, I feel
There's
exactly how
black
you
belts that
feel.
might want to do that. That's not me. I rather like, okay, well, it's time to heal. I'll do
Yeah.
something else, and I'll come
Yeah.
back. I'm
I
not
f-
gonna watch people do jujitsu. I feel like I'm not like wasting my time, but it's more like if I'm not doing it, I don't want
I
to be
could
there.
be yeah, like the time that I would have gone to classes when I've been doing like the knee rehab or doing some other exercise.
Yeah, and it's maybe life tell you, hey, focus on something else for a little bit. Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I felt the exact same way. I'm like, I'm not gonna just go to the gym to just watch.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah.
It's I mean, okay, I would do that. Let's say I hurt my knee super bad and I'm like casts, crutches, and stuff. I think I'd pop in every month
Mhm.
to like, because I'm gonna feel lonely, especially I'm working from home. I'm not seeing anyone. I'd still go
Yeah.
for community because if you don't go for a while, then you realize, man, like I miss seeing the people I
Mhm.
always see. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense if it's like a long-term
long
injury
term.
that's gonna take months or more to
But since
heal.
you'll be back in a month, you feel like,
Yeah, I'm like, I'll
why
see you when
watch?
I see you.
Yeah. I saw Ian had that black belt Friday or some shit. Like
Yeah, they
that's
do
all
like
the alliance black belts. That's pretty awesome.
yeah, they
You
do
got a
like
big amount.
because we have the 2 sides, right? So on the A
Oh yeah,
mat,
because it says Rexy on one side now.
they got that one on the other side. So they got the A mat is the beginner class, and then yeah, the B mat is the black belt.
Is it same size or is the B one bigger now?
The B one is smaller.
Oh, smaller.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like I would say like half the size.
So when you saw the picture, were there black belts you've never seen before? Like they just train on different days, never come across?
I didn't
Or
honestly, I didn't look at the picture too
oh,
close.
that's cool.
But yeah, probably. I mean, most of them look familiar from when I remember glancing at it.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's some that I feel like I might have never seen.
yeah. I can imagine not looking at it too close because it's like, oh, my fucking knee. You gotta think
Yeah.
about your knee, right? I get it, dude. I'm the same
Well,
way.
and then especially now that there's the 2 mats, there's even more separation in the gym, I feel like. So
Is that
like
a
people
good
could
thing
be
or a bad
there.
thing? Do you think it's
Um,
separating the crew a little?
it's just like you could be training on the same day as somebody and not even see them because they're on the other side.
Mm,
Because it's not like they're like across the parking lot from each other. So you'd have to like purposefully go over to the other side to say hello.
yeah. I think it's natural for jujitsu gyms. Just the culture changes when you move mats and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I was talking to a black belt here, and he's like, "Man, I miss the back in the day when like he was at another gym and they had all these black belts." But as we know, time moves on, and all these black belts they open up their gyms and they do
Mm,
other things, right? So it's like
hmm.
that core group that you miss. Like, sorry, like that was a moment. Like you're not gonna probably experience that core again.
Yeah.
Just be grateful that the people that you know are now. Because remember, I had COVID. Like I went
Mm,
back to my SF gym.
And it
And it
was
was like,
it was like a
I
different
felt like a
place.
stranger, dude.
You can never go home again.
You can't, because all the people make the home as
Yeah,
well as the building. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's natural for your gym to open up space, but it changes the dynamic, and who knows, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know if, like, any words of Black Belt Alliance, they're trying to open their gyms too? Or is
Not
are you
not
guys pretty set?
not that I heard. And honestly, like when they were talking about opening, because they said they were opening like a new gym. So I was like, oh, are they gonna open like another?
Well, because they're the only alliance in Hawaii, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they should expand for
Yeah,
sure.
I thought they would like open one in town or
Hey,
something.
you might be the next. Oh, shit.
Oh, get out of here.
Once you get
Dude,
that
you
knee
saw
right.
those you saw those black belts.
That's true.
I'm a piddly little blue belt over here with a bum knee.
Yeah, that's too funny.
But when they were talking about that, I was like, oh, maybe one of the other black belts is gonna open his own gym somewhere else. So
Mm,
that's what I thought was gonna happen, but then it just was just another mat.
yeah,
So I'm like, oh, okay.
you should
But yeah, I feel
you
they
should inception
definitely
some people. Like, hey, you're black. Oh man, you should open up your own gym. Maybe around my area, so I can only it's 5 minute drive. It makes
yeah,
it
right.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need closer jits. That'd be awesome. Like in your
Yeah,
area.
well, I've also been like, you know how we're talking about shopping for a house in the future.
Yeah.
I've already kind of planted the seed of, hey, maybe YPO.
Deal. Nice. I mean, you go there regularly and usually go there after work. So it's like it'd be nice to just go home
Be
right
in the
there.
neighborhood. Oh, Prison
Oh,
Nate. I didn't even
you
notice.
didn't notice?
Prison Nate.
13 minutes in.
Because I'm looking at your eyes.
So
Uh,
how far is it? Like what would the traffic be in the mornings and stuff for you if you lived in YPO?
Oh yeah, I'd be giving up traffic in the mornings right now. Because even right now, like if I leave after a certain time, traffic is like it's like half an hour to get to work
At your place
at
currently.
my place. So to move to YPO, ooh, I'd have to make sure I'm on it with when I leave the house.
Mm. And if you were to leave regular time going home, is that extra traffic for you too? Going to YPO?
Yeah, yeah, but then like on the jujitsu days, it'd be like the same.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, where I live right now is better for work
Mm.
and harder for jujitsu, but also the
So
how.
do you want to make it easier for jujitsu and harder for work? Or you never know. Just give it a couple years. There might be
Yeah,
something popping.
well, and yeah, there's also the price tag of a home in this area versus a home further away, right? It's going to be
Mm,
more affordable further
yeah.
away. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the road takes us.
And job wise, your company, you're happy with them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm just like cruising along. Like
Have you
it's just,
I don't mean like you don't have to add this or anything to the podcast, but were you looking at prospects or anything?
no, no, not like actively looking
Mm.
because I know what's out there. Like I can either
You know the
s-
companies and stuff.
yeah, I know the companies and I know the cultures. Like the culture of the company I'm at is pretty chill, and I like that it's pretty chill because it just becomes a typical 9 to 5
You know what
in
to
and out of
expect.
the office. Yeah.
Mhm.
Versus if I go to another company that's also a subcontractor, it's going in. You don't know, right? You don't know what you're gonna get. Or if I go work for a general contractor, I know what that was like, and I hated it. So.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm kinda feel like I'm set.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Especially
Well,
for where I'm at in life, like, I feel like my career is almost secondary. Like,
in what way?
I wanna prioritize family and
Oh, yeah.
hobbies.
So you don't wanna use brain power towards that at the moment.
Yeah, brain power, time, and energy,
Yeah,
right? I
it's
want to.
energy
Yeah.
because you'll have to look for a job, and then you have to put more brain power into like new faces and knowing whether they like
Well, not only
um,
that, but then like if I the only reason to do it is for a
pay
pay
increase.
bump,
Yeah.
but that would be like a more demanding job, like my former company.
Mm.
So then you're just devoted to work, stressed, unhappy, don't have energy for hobbies,
Mm.
spend less time with family. So I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
my priority is work. Work is just for a living.
So if you had a promotion, you think they would ask more of you?
At my current company,
Yeah. Or is it still chill and you think,
I mean, I guess if a there's really not an avenue at the moment for a
mhm,
promotion, but I guess if one were to come up,
you'd
yeah,
have
I
to
could see
replace
that.
your boss basically?
Yeah, but he owns the company, so
I see.
so yeah, it's I don't know. I've just resigned myself to the fact that I'm not like a career driven person.
Mhm.
Like I'm not that my job is bad or anything. It's
No,
just
no, at a point where that happened to me too. I feel like, maybe before I left, um, San Leandro, I felt like my focus changed because I was really, like, like I was trying to get to Burbank, I was trying to get to Netflix for the longest time, and I think after a while, I'm just like, I'm tired of chasing it, and I wanted to move out of California, and
mhm.
my company allowed that, and I was like, I'd be happy living in Texas, and my company always treated me well. Like the only reason I wanted to leave was to pursue like something more artistic.
Dreams, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Pixar, whatever shit, right?
Mhm.
But when life is the way it turned out, it's like I like how things are,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think the schedule they allow me to be my own schedule basically. Um, yeah, I'm happy too, and I don't have any desire to like leave this to pursue like like art jobs. They only give
Mhm.
you like, oh, we'll give you a 3 month contract or 6 month because they don't know if they like you. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you have to like push, you have to work your ass off to like kiss butt and like
Yeah, it's a high risk.
like
Yeah, yeah.
do all this stuff to like for
And they're like, "Yeah, we don't want you."
yeah. Then shit. Well, okay. And then it's like trying to find that next job again. It's
Mhm.
stressful. So I'm happy that I have security for sure. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
just some
that's
point in
what
your
I'm
life, you just you don't want to rock the boat too much. Yeah,
yeah, and I don't know, in my mind, it's just not worth it. It's like the sacrifices to prioritize your career, you're you only have so much energy and time.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
pays the bills, why like you said, why rock the boat?
Yeah, I mean,
Especially now, like with babies and whatnot.
yeah, I mean, as long you guys can go eat out once in a while, you can pay for taking jujitsu classes. I think life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take care of your baby, give them all the diapers, food, save for their fund in the future. Sounds like everything's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't rock that boat. Don't want to be a prison Miguel.
No. Ah.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, get the feelers, man. Get jits closer to you. It's
Get
a
the
it's a good
feelings.
market, right? All those people that live near you, they need jits. They need closer jits, man.
Yeah, I feel like the closest one was Technics.
I mean, like you said, you don't want to give yourself too much plate, but you could start a gym at Purple.
Oh god.
Teach
We'll
completely
we'll s
new people.
We'll
in your
see
area.
where this journey takes me if that's something I wanna pursue.
Because what is it? You just start off not owning your own gym. You just start off renting a little space from someone's private gym or a YMCA, like
Mm,
reserving an hour slot for this thing to your thing. And then once you get like 5, 10 students, then you get a small gym and then build and build and build. But yeah, it's possible. Yeah, people need jits, man.
alright, man.
The Salt Lake people need some
I'll
jits.
talk to you in 10 years.
5, man, 5.
5! Oh my god.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be black to teach. That's why.
Yeah, but also, I feel like I'd want to be.
Do you feel like you don't know? You feel like you're not knowledgeable enough, even though you're a blue belt.
Yeah. I
I get
mean, I've only been doing it, what, a year and a half?
that. Yeah.
Not even a year and a half, a year and 5 months. So, I'm pretty new still, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think of. But I'm just giving you aspirations.
See, I mean, you're like a purple belt who's been doing it since, what, 27
The dawn of time. No.
2017? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, it's closer to your horizon
Mm,
versus
yeah.
me, it's like, "Oh, it's way out there still."
I can see it for you though. I mean, especially if it's like a fun, like I assume it'd be fun to like teach a class and your son's with you, and then he sees you
Yeah,
kind of
that'd be
teach and channel, and that'd be kind of a learning experience. Yeah.
so let's give it a couple years when he gets
I
when
believe
he's
in you, bro. I believe in you.
this guy's like, "Come on, man, let's open gyms."
But man, how much of the wrestling do you still have in your database? Especially if you could just look up like wrestling drills and stuff. Like you could teach wrestling for sure, man. You got a lot. You got a lot of wrestling background.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, Alliance is doing wrestling classes now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I go to them. I see like how they're running them.
Yeah. I think it's good for jits people to know some wrestling. For sure.
Definitely. I mean, the matches start standing.
Yeah. Also, like not being because every jits person has like because we love to be on the ground. It's like a fear of standing. So it's like just dealing with like if someone's gonna shoot at you, you got it. Like
Mhm.
your sprawl timing is on point, or
Mhm.
you're doing that little thing where you turn them over when they're trying to sprawl at you.
Uh,
Yeah, I appreciated the times that we did. It was short for me, but yeah, I think it was very beneficial till this day.
yeah, I mean, it's a good skill.
I mean, like I told you, like when I went into Half Gracie the first day, and I rolled with people and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like literally, they made me roll, and
Take
think
it easy. He's brand new.
yeah, there was a purple belt like got me in the and I couldn't move, and then I don't, Yoshi, whatever,
Yeah.
he's like, bro, take it easy. This is first day. I'm literally because it must be fun, right? I'm like this high energy, like so I'm the perfect candidate, like someone who like will give you that pressure but doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Like those are the best
Yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah.
feel like you can practice. Like if you do Americana to me, I'm probably gonna go, like do whatever I need to do to to not get Americana. But back to my story. Like after I rolled with someone, he's like, "Did you do some wrestling?" It's like, "Oh, okay. I could feel a little wrestling," and I just said, "Yeah, I did just a little bit, but I only
Yeah.
won against a
Hey,
girl."
it's
Like
better than nothing.
but
Dude, it's better it's come
I
in with
always
nothing, right?
I always use that as my story. I did wrestling, but I only won against a girl. How shitty I was.
Yeah, but you
Also,
did it
I was on
you only
TV.
it must what was it, like, only a couple months, I feel like.
Yeah. I was on TV and I was against like the third best guy in Hawaii or some
Yeah.
shit. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did some kind of slam thing. I was like, holy fuck. Got him in the again tonight,
Yeah.
whatever. Fuck Joe Moore saying my name.
Oh.
And then people at wrestling saying, I saw you. I saw you on the news. Oh man. I don't forget those moments.
Good times, man.
They were good. Your wrestling coach was a really nice guy. I like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
He
they
had
were
he was
they
oh,
were
I only
good.
remember the like Filipinos small. I thought he was Filipino.
Mhm.
That guy, you know? Which one?
Yeah, Coach Sam.
Mm.
Yeah, he's good.
Have you seen him these days?
No, I haven't seen him.
If you know
I'm
his
out of
last name, I'm
I'm
about to say, let's look this bad boy up.
I'm out of the wrestling community. But one of the I think I told you, one of
Yeah.
the guys that
He was not
he
impressed by the jits. You told him that I did jits. Remember you told me that story?
I did?
That you met someone from wrestling and you told him, "Oh, I do jujitsu now," and he didn't seem very impressed, or he didn't really care.
Oh, that was another guy. That
Another
was
one?
a I think he was an old wrestling coach. I'm talking about, one of the guys that we wrestled with in Waikele. He trains at Alliance too.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you I probably don't remember who that guy is,
Yeah, yeah.
but interesting. Did you
Well, actually,
notice each other right away? Or,
he recognized me first.
"Hey, are you Miguel?" Or,
He's like,
"Whoa,
"Hey," I can't remember. Yeah, I think he asked
hey, were you in wrestling?"
no, I think he asked my name. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's me, Wes." I'm like, "What? Hey," because he looked totally different.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And plus, like, if you don't see somebody for a while, like, they're erased from your memory banks.
But it's weird though. I saw, Chance. Remember Chance?
Chance.
He was
Chance.
like Hawaiian guy. I think his name is Chance.
Uh-huh.
He was kinda big. But anyways, I saw him, like, working, like, a
Oh,
construction
yeah, you
vehicle,
told me. You told me. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was like, I remember how you look like as a kid, but now that I see you now, I'm trying to remember how you look like as a kid
yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I forgot how
it's
you look
weird,
like.
right? Because they look the
You
same but
update the
different.
face, but all of a
Yeah,
sudden you forget what they look like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same but different.
Yeah. Oh, back to your guy that you're saying? So he looked different, but you didn't notice him right away?
Well,
Did you see
yeah, I
him in
mean,
class a couple times, or was it like
no,
that
I
day?
think that was the first time,
Mm.
and he recognized me.
Was your brain, like, trying to, like, "You kinda look familiar, I just can't
Yeah, I couldn't
pinpoint it."
place it, and then he told me his name, and I instantly was like, "Oh,
"Oh,
shit.
yeah, wrestling."
Dude, you look so different."
And you've never changed, man.
Yeah,
You still look like
apparently
a little
I
boy.
haven't changed. That's what Jody said. Jody said I didn't change.
I mean, your style didn't change that much, right? I
I
mean,
don't know, man.
your hair doesn't you cut it because you don't want it too wild, right? And then
Yeah.
the beard never changed. Well, it changed a little in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, your
I don't
clothing
change.
changed. You're not wearing salmon as much. Or Slim Shady jerseys.
Or V-necks.
Yeah, you're a V-neck guy. I was trying to do it because,
Uh,
oh, Miguel was rocking it. I was like, I don't like this. Wait, when
too
did you stop?
too much clavicle.
When did you stop, man?
Um, man, I
Or
don't
Steph?
know.
Did Steph
Co
not like it? He's like,
No,
stop it,
no,
though.
it's just I just moved on. I don't know. It
Oh.
wasn't like anybody told me to stop. I just stopped. You need to stop. It's
You
too
need to
much.
stop, dude.
The deep V's are getting too deep.
It keeps getting deeper every year.
I can see your belly button.
It'd be like the Dayman. Hello? Like that kind of shit. So low.
Yeah.
Champion of the Sun.
Master of karate and friendship for everyone.
So, yeah. Do you remember the last name of your wrestling coach by any chance?
Oh,
Be in It'd be interesting to, like, see if he's still, like, teaching wrestling. That'd be
I think
crazy.
because I asked because the guy that does jiu-jitsu, his dad was the other coach, and they're both coaches at Waipahu.
Has the organization changed? Like, the name of it? like
No, I
popular
don't
wrestling,
actually,
or
no,
you could
yeah,
probably
you
find
can
out.
no, I think I'd looked it up because when I first started doing jujitsu, I'm like, "Is there wrestling classes for adults? Because I wanna wrestle too."
Hmm.
And I think I ran across their it's all kids, man. All the
Oh,
wrestling is for kids.
yeah.
But, yeah, I think it looks like they still do because I found their website and his contact info, like his name and number. So I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it sounds like they still are."
Hmm. Nice. Pay him a visit. I'm like, hey, do you remember me? I was just like one of you kids over here. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Some say I still look like the same boy. I'm just kidding.
Kids would be like, okay." Oh,
Well, anywho, man. What do you want to talk about? You got anything on
um,
that
yeah,
list of yours?
I got a couple things. Did you, see anything on that OpenAI's new, Sora?
Sora. No.
That the text to video application that they just put out?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about it before. Is there
Did we?
something? Yeah. The one with Marquez talking. We were talking about that last week
Did we?
briefly. I
Oh,
don't think we jumped too much on the video part, but I did mention in the beginning about the craziness about the AI
oh,
creating video
okay. I
images.
guess I forgot we talked about
No, it's all
it.
good. Is there something new about it? That's
No, just the I mean, the same thing, I guess.
ramifications.
Just crazy that you could just type like, when we first were doing Midjourney, you would type in prompts and it would be these pictures, right? And
Yeah,
now it's like
it's like
these
video.
full-on videos that look realistic. Did you see
Some, yeah. I saw
yeah.
Marquez showing some of the stuff they did. I mean, of course, it's passable if you're not paying attention to it,
Mhm.
but if you're paying attention, then you'll like
Yeah,
notice
there's
weird
details
things.
that are off, yeah.
But imagine Geico. All they have to do now is have someone make a Geico commercial starring this, doing this, and it would just make something,
Mhm.
and you just edit it and then put it out there. And
Yeah.
as simple as that. It already has data from all the Geico commercials before to like add the Geico or whatever.
Have
And
the Geico Gecko doing whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
all
then
there.
maybe because I think the videos are produced, but they don't have any sound. So then all you gotta do is do, like, the voiceover and the music.
Yeah,
But maybe soon they'll fricking cover that too.
yeah. Everything's getting easier and easier, but
So, yeah, it makes me kind of understand why they had the strike, the Hollywood actors and writers
it's
strike,
coming.
because it's yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, they could put out
Well,
these animations and here, I guess we can have it playing
yeah,
in the background.
I think they should have striked now. This is the time you strike. You strike
Well,
before when you got shit about Snow White. During that whole fucking
yeah, right?
thing,
Like,
dude.
nobody
If you
gave
did
a
it
crap.
now, I would feel
I
empathetic
know,
to
I feel
actors.
so much more supporting of their movement
But now
now.
that the movement's done, sorry. I would
You
have
you guys jumped the gun on this one.
and I'm not even talking about like regular like the high end actors. I'm talking about the day-to-day
Yeah,
Geico actors that need to make a living.
and the animators, right? Like, man,
Yeah.
animators must be shitting their pants.
Wait till they do that in the animation industry.
Like,
So someone just said, make a kangaroo
yeah,
dance to
it
disco
was,
light.
yeah, what was it? A cartoon kangaroo disco dances,
Dude, this could pass for a Geico commercial.
right?
Geico. It's like it's not even selling anything really. Just has
And,
this
like,
kangaroo and then Geico.
the fact that commercials are so short.
This
Yeah,
one was
those are
crazy, dude.
yeah, they look like real dogs.
Fucking shit.
Like, I
Holy I
there's
mean, how much
nothing
of this was manipulated post to make it look even better? Because I don't know if they did that. Like, was it
possibly.
more was or is this what you got?
I could see it because you were able to put like different styles on it. Like there was one that I saw that they wanted like a old west video of Hollywood or not of California like during the gold rush, and it
Yeah.
had like the old film filter on it.
So
I have no idea what he's thinking.
you could literally have a fake, not natural geographic documentary saying, "Oh, the barracudas," and it's not really a barracuda doing the thing at all. It's
Mhm.
just some AI like showing this tiger attacking another AI
Yeah,
creature,
and it's
and
all
an
not real.
AI voice is talking about it. It's all fake.
Yeah,
What
it's
happens
not.
when this is fake and then the person talking to you is fake? How are you gonna believe anything?
I don't know, man.
The music is not created by anyone. It's created by AI.
It's what we feared, right? The deep fakes, and
It's
now
happening.
that
This guy
AI,
looks
it's not
so
even gonna be
real.
deep fakes. It's just gonna be some AI catfish.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a real guy. This
So
is a fake. It's all fake.
I'm not I'm gonna be so skeptical of everything this year, especially like presidency, like this
Yeah,
political shit, dude.
yeah. What are
Fucking
the
fuck, this is
timing
gonna
of it
be
coming out
so.
during an election year
This is
of
gonna cause. This is gonna cause so much rift, dude. I guarantee you. They're gonna watch. You're gonna watch a fake video of
look at this,
Trump.
this is fake.
Holy
This
shit.
isn't real.
You're gonna have a fake video of Trump saying something to rile up people or
Mhm.
something, or to get people to gather, and that's not really Trump talking to you.
Yeah. Well, because allegedly they're saying that you're not supposed to, or you won't be able to have
That's gonna
people's
be video
actual
game.
likenesses. But
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody's gonna be able to work around that.
this is crazy, man. Yeah, that's someone designed that character, and then someone had to like design the textures. Like, there's all these different people to create that
For animation.
one character. You have the
Yeah.
person with the initial drawing, then that person gives it to someone else, and then they put a rig, and then they give that rig to an animator, so the animator
Mhm.
can use the puppet. That's that's three people, and someone has to animate the fur. That's another person animating.
Yeah.
Someone has to do all the lighting. Like someone does the lighting. That's like 7 people for a shot,
Yeah.
and then
And
you
it's
just have an AI do it like that.
in I don't know how long, but definitely
Fucking
quick,
shit!
right?
This is too crazy, man.
Look at this stuff. Yeah, I mean,
But
I can
this is all fed from human creativity, and you're
right?
just
I
like
mean, it
manipulating it. That's
they would
all.
have to reference real, yeah, like you said, real things.
What
Cat
was up with,
videos, they're gonna replace cat
sorry,
videos.
what was up with the blanket? Like she was moving her arm, and there's
Well,
like
see,
there's no arm.
yeah, there's things that
Look,
give away that it's fake,
yeah, look
right?
at, she has a nub.
Yeah. So there are indicators, at least at
But
this
this
point.
5 seconds, a Swiss watch commercial. Boom, Swiss.
Swiss.
How would you fucking know?
You'd have to really analyze it. And you know
What
how
about
social
vloggers?
media
Vloggers
works.
are gonna use this. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
they don't
I did this cruise, but I'm showing an AI video about the cruise from.
yeah, this isn't even real, but it looks real, right?
Shit, dude, that's the craziest one.
Right? You don't need a gimbal and doing pan shots. You don't need drones anymore.
You don't need to buy really old TVs to make this.
Yeah,
Yeah, like so much for prop designers, set designers, and shows. Why would you need you?
just do an AI shot.
Green screen the world. Why don't we just do that?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Craziness. It's just yeah. And it's
Is
like
there
you said,
there's
it
no way to stop this?
no, the
You can
cat's
put
out of the bag.
limits. You can put limits on this, but that's just stopping technology, just temporary. I think.
Mhm. I mean, the fact that it's already out there and that this is just the initial iteration, it's only gonna improve. Because I think in the mark oh, this is the one I was talking about where it's like a historical video. Look at it. It has like
It
a
looks
tinge,
pretty real. Holy shit!
right? They were
That could
able to give
pass.
it that old
Dun, dun,
film
dun,
feel.
dun, 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 dun. Marty, you gotta come back.
Yeah, because I think in the Marquez one, it
Shit, dude.
showed like the Will Smith eating spaghetti from
Yeah,
last.
and that was like last year.
Yeah, so just the
Okay, I always say 10 years, but what is 1 year away gonna look like?
1 year from this, right? If
Yes.
it went from Will Smith's
I
weird
said 10
spaghetti
years,
video
but now it's getting faster.
exponential, right? In a couple months, it's going to be even better.
I mean, but humans are still gonna do art. I think it's a human thing to still express each other. I don't think that's gonna deter anyone from doing that.
Hmm.
The same way, I still play chess, even though I know computers can beat me in chess. Like they mastered it. I still play it for enjoyment, even though like there's a computer that already can beat me.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, so I guess I could see people paying a premium to get art from another person versus getting an AI art, maybe.
hey, maybe that's good for artists, like a more personal like type of thing. Maybe you get more money. Artists might get more money because I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Well, while we're on the AI thing, did you hear about Google's Gemini? Their
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 chat GBT.
well, their thing was like, I guess it's similar thing where you enter a prompt and it gives you images.
Oh,
But there
so
was
like
some,
Mid Journey.
yeah, kind of like Mid Journey, but there was controversy surrounding it.
Ooh, like when you do people, like if you do children, like
Um,
is it
no,
that kind of controversy?
no, it's
Okay.
controversy over the kind of things it would depict and the kind of things it wouldn't depict.
Hmm. That sounds very mysterious. Why don't you gotta show me a video explaining what
Yeah,
you're talking about? Okay.
yeah, it'd be better off to yeah, switch to let
Yeah.
these guys explain it.
Explain it to me. Google shuts down after woke AI images. And we're listening to what's her name again?
Crystal and
Crystal
Sagar.
and Sagar.
We're
Breaking
gonna
point.
tease this AI. This is the funniest story that we've seen in so long. It electrified the internet yesterday. Google has had to pause AI-made images, quote, after race inaccuracies. Let's put this up there on the screen. Let's just say that
Race.
the new
Oh my God,
Gemini
it's gotta be
AI
race.
system is lacking in historical accuracy if you ask it to create images of, frankly, mundane things. This was very quickly spotted by the internet after it was given basic prompts. So, guys, let's go ahead and give people a taste, if we can, and roll some of these next items. Some of my favorites here. Here is a portrait of a founding father of America. It shows a Native American, a black George Washington. Actually, I don't even think
It
that's
doesn't
George Washington, 'cause
know.
that's actually a redcoat. So that's a whole
I
other
don't
thing.
know. There's an Asian one too. Why is there an Asian one? I can get the black. I can get the Native American because they were
Yeah.
here first. I don't know that Obama
Asian founding
Why
father.
the Asian one?
Conversation. A racially ambiguous founding father with a wig,
Oh,
and then a Chinese man also in dressed up from colonial times. Crystal, you remarked that this literally looks like Lin-Manuel Miranda's like Hamilton cast, and you could not be more correct.
This is like
The other ones
Google
which
not
are
wanting to offend.
incredible.
It doesn't
Yeah.
want to offend at all.
That's the thing. Like people were putting in these prompts and they're like, they must have coded it to be so diverse that it's it's like so far in the other direction.
Oh my God, Pander City.
Vander.
Here is create an image of a pope. It shows a Indian woman actually clad in papal regalia.
Image of the Pope. It's not even asking.
Who is
It's the
similarly
Pope, a
donning
white
whatever
guy. Why would it even be any other color? I
I
get
don't know.
founding father because founding father of America could mean Native Americans, could mean George Washington. He could be the founder. It
Yeah.
could be that guy who's now Indigenous Day, Columbus. They could show him
Yeah,
or
but I
something.
think the founding fathers are like
The presidents.
the American Revolution, like Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson,
Yeah.
those guys.
But Pope is literally one type of skin, right? There's no
Well, I guess because the prompt actually says image of a pope, but also I think
image.
all the popes that have actually existed
We're white.
are old white guys, as far
Yeah.
as I know.
So why would there be any images of unless
Because they're
there's
making
people
up.
unless there's people online that took like dressed up as the Pope for Halloween and they took pictures that who knows. Vikings, yeah, that's
Papal headdress is that one's, I guess, more plausible. There are, African cardinals. Here's an image of
for
a
the woman
Viking.
king. The woman
Shows
king,
the
maybe.
Vikings who are black with dreadlocks. So I'm pretty sure that one is not historically accurate. Let's go to the next one. This is another personal favorite of mine. It says, depict a European family. And it says, well, while I understand your desire to see representations of
What
families,
the
I am
fuck?
unable to fulfill your request for depicting a white family to create inclusive.
Dude.
That's
That's what the
dude,
backlash.
why is there so man? There is a effort to shit on white people as much
Dude,
as they can.
it's right here.
This is the most shit on white thing I've ever seen. More than that one of that Snow White girl, the Daily Wire Snow White girl.
Mm.
She had a video about how TikTok allows like all these videos about racist,
Oh,
being racist
yeah.
to white
Yeah.
people, but you
Mhm.
can't do it the other way around. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And
Like,
now, Google's chatbot won't show white people, basically. So there must have been something in the code that they wrote.
why
to,
are we still support it? Well, they own everything.
yeah.
Fucking shit.
My email is Google. You are watching this video on YouTube, which
YouTube.
is owned by Google.
If there was another option, I would probably do it, but they have a literal monopoly. So what can you do? It's fucking stupid, though. Do you agree that like being racist to white people, like even over half, like even if I wasn't white, I'd still think this is fucking like what you can do that?
Yeah, it's
What,
just
you mad at White
strange.
Christmas? You mad at you mad at all these white movies back in the day?
Well, it's just strange how like the tide has turned in such a way where it's now like, oh man, everybody racist against white people
Yeah.
versus like, yeah, in the 1960s and before it was all, there was white supremacy with where black people had their own water fountains and stuff and the whites only bathrooms. Like nobody's denying that that's real, but to put the shoe on the other foot and just be like, well, now you guys are gonna get what you get.
What do you think that's gonna do when people that have that white power mentality see something like this? It just
Well,
confirms
yeah,
your
it
shit.
only it only reinforces. It'll drive people to become white supremacists.
And maybe this is a huge chess game where this is exactly what they want because they want rift. Because when you have a rift, then you have someone storming something, then you can get people in jail, or I don't know.
Mhm.
Dude,
That-
I guarantee you they're allowing this for something bigger. Like they want rift. They
Oh,
want
yeah.
us to talk about it.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like we've been saying this for years. They want us busy fighting amongst ourselves so that we're not looking at them.
China.
Well, maybe
Dude,
China,
does China own Google now? Like, for all I
maybe
know,
the elites, right? Just the elites in general.
not paying attention to the war crimes happening.
Hmm.
I don't know.
But I don't know. It's hard to ignore.
Yeah,
It's hard to
man.
ignore what's happening around us. Are we the only ones that are noticing what's happening around us? I don't know, man.
I think it's
I
only
only
you
know
and me
my
because I try to say perspectives and no one really. I was trying to explain the January thing and how I saw footage of how they let the guy in, and
Yeah.
I don't think it was coming across my family. It's like they don't want to listen to it.
All right,
What's
we'll
going
come
on?
back to this, dude. Like,
You had the same experience?
no, it is crazy. Like people that I guess just watch cable news,
Yeah, it's
see
cable.
what cable news.
They see something else, dude. My dad has CSNBC on all the time. And it's always stock things, but is it stock like is it good stuff? Usually you're talking about shit happening in the world.
Yeah,
And
no, I saw one where they were like talking about. I guess Beyonce put out a country album, and they were talking about the country radio stations aren't paying Beyonce's country album. They're still racist. Like,
fucking
who's
shit.
who's even listening to the radio still?
Exactly. That's a good point.
I guess the people that are watching
Serious?
cable news.
Are you guys you serious fucks?
Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. It's so splintered. The information that people are getting is so splintered that everybody has different perspectives of the world.
Is this
Who
caused
sit-
by it? Or was this natural? Like we just didn't know this was gonna happen with phones.
with the internet?
Yeah. The
Yeah, I think
separation
so.
that will eventually happen. Like
I think
there's not like someone organizing like in the shadows. It's just like we're dumb apes that like fixate on shit. Or something.
I think that the powers that be, whoever they may be, had a
shadow.
stranglehold on information, right? 20 years ago, when you just had cable news and everybody just, we saw the movie Vice where they were talking
we all
about,
believed in it.
yeah, WMDs, right? We got to go into Iraq because they have uranium. And
There's only
even
one
though-
source of information. It was
Yeah,
TV. And it's owned
exactly.
by a corporation and they can control the
So
message.
everybody had the same perspective. But
Yeah.
as the internet grew in power and influence, and then you're hearing all these different voices
Sides.
saying all these different things, and I don't know, I guess you just try to figure out what you think is right, because I don't know, how
Well,
are
we
you
nor-
supposed to know what is?
We normally go to whatever's popular because we're humans. We like to go where the
Mhm.
crowd is.
Yeah.
So that's why when everyone's saying to get vaccinated
Hmm.
and you're a part of that crowd, like it's hard to not be a part of that crowd and you get ostracized.
Well, I mean, we saw it. That's why, like, Joe Rogan was getting a lot of shit during that time,
Yeah.
right?
He was going against the message. The message, as Critical Drinker would say.
But I guess it really was COVID. I feel like that really, I
Woke up.
feel like it really like pushed it to the limit, because during the Trump election, everybody's like, oh, this guy's an idiot, blah blah blah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever, man. I don't really care. But then, like, seeing the COVID lockdowns and the requirement to have vaccine cards and all that, I think that really pushed people beyond their breaking point. At least the people that would be, against that. But there's also
fuck,
the
man.
people out
We're
there that
Americans,
still,
dude. That's our nature. We fucking threw tea in the fucking the sea, the river, or lake, or whatever, because we didn't want to pay the taxes or something like that.
Yeah.
We were like, dude, those British people are so far from us. We can run our own shit. We don't need their fucking shit. They can't control us over here.
But,
We've always had
yeah.
rebellious. We had rebelliousness. I think. Some people don't like that. And then
See, but is it just the
has,
older?
Florida has a new look where they're just like the crazy people. That's where all the crazy people are now.
I feel like they've always had that reputation, though.
Yeah.
Florida man,
Mm.
Crocs and alligators and wild
Mm.
spring break parties and shit.
Yeah.
But
I guess
as far as
COVID kind of
cable,
brought it to light.
because they were the ones that were first
we're in the
open,
open.
right?
Fuck this.
And I remember I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, I was skeptical myself, right? Because we all didn't know what.
Do you remember
COVID
every podcast? It's like, dude, they fucking locked us down again. Like every time, we'd always like, what the fuck, dude? I knew they were gonna do this.
Yep, another
I
month.
think if we
Another
I think if we
month.
saw an old podcast and us talking about it, I probably predicted it'd probably be a whole year or something. Like,
I could see that.
yeah.
And it was honestly more than a year. It was almost 2 years of restrictions.
It was a year and a half, and I think somewhere around there the vaccine came out. Do you
Mhm.
think? Then we had like
Uh,
finally the 2-year mark, everyone's pretty much vaccinated.
I think it came
And
out maybe about a year because it came out like right after Biden got elected.
I remember thinking, oh, isn't that amazing? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, why didn't it come out when Trump, like, can you believe they had it, they were holding it? Don't you think they were holding it?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And
and then also you watch all these old videos of like Kamala Harris and stuff saying that vaccine, I'm not taking that vaccine. Trump
the
developed
same
that
vaccine you're
thing.
talking about?
Yeah, the same vaccine. And then afterwards it's like,
And
well,
then it's
everybody
under
gotta get
Biden's
the
name.
vaccine.
Hmm. That's weird, man.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah.
Anywho, do we want to continue with this video?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean
Oh,
to.
well, I
I
was
thought it
gonna
was
say,
horrible.
the cable news, I feel like it's the older generations that still watch cable news.
Yeah, I think it's depends on age. I think you always stick with what you're used to, and it's hard to
Mhm.
change. Like, especially art. Like, do you find like you don't want to change all about your life as much? Like, you like a certain thing, like lifestyle. I can't really. I can't.
Mhm.
I don't have like a certain. Can't pinpoint something at this moment. But do you like things structured and staying the same?
I
Like,
guess, yeah,
if you
I
had
mean,
to like start another social media or another
that's
streaming
why
service, you're like,
I mean, that's a
oh,
big
I
reason
don't want to
why
do
I'm
this
not
again.
interested in yeah, I'm not interested in going on TikTok.
Yeah, me too, because I don't want to deal with that. But you
Yeah.
get set in your ways the older you get. So, of course, like cable people, they're still set in their ways. It's a dying thing, but they're dying too. Less and less of them are surviving, and then
It's true.
eventually cable will be gone. Give
Yeah,
it 10 years, 20 years.
yeah.
Yeah. But
But so they didn't wanna hear they didn't wanna hear about the
no, I
QAnon
think
shaman being let
trying
in.
to I'm trying to explain it, but like, no, that can't. No, they just let them in. Like,
No.
like,
They did. Well, I think it was like on one side they were letting them in. It's not saying that there wasn't the people like storming on the other side or whatever. It just all depends, I guess, what side of the Capitol you're on.
hmm, interesting.
Anywho, let's go back to
Back to the vid.
Google Gemini's.
Racist.
And respectful content, generating images based on specific racial or ethnic characteristics can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and biases. Then you ask, depict a Chinese family. It says, sure, here's an image showing diverse depictions of a Chinese family. I guess they're probably forgetting that China itself has a lot of racial and ethnic populations, but of course that's not nuanced enough for them. Let's go to the next one and let's take a look. This one was actually created by our producer, Mac. And the prompt, I swear to God, that he gave was create a European family. And what it created here is a white woman who's in a wheelchair, a black
This is
man,
America.
and then a dog who, if we are paying attention here, the dog only has 3 legs.
Dog also
So
missing a leg.
all
Yeah.
3 of these European racially mixed family are also all disabled for some reason. And just to give everyone an
Why?
idea of how much better some of the competitors are, let's go to the next one. This is from Midjourney, which is a software actually that we use sometimes for our thumbnails, which is just far more, accurate. It just says create a European family. Here, this is a period pieces, showing Eiffel Tower or whatever traditional dress. It looks more like 1940s or early
Fucking
1900s.
Google.
type
It's just so much
images.
more visually
They're just
interesting
visually
too.
exactly. Look how much more colorful. They don't even try and be like photorealistic per se. They look more like portraits.
Yeah,
it's just
true.
more accurate. So this is just to demonstrate like we got a long way to go. And this is Google. I mean, think about how much money Google has poured into their AI program. And it's hilarious because they had to apologize their lead developer for creating these having all of these images go completely viral. You don't really get to, I mean, sure, you will get a second chance, but this is just bad. I think they panicked, Crystal, from the Sora AI release, and they're like, we got to rush something out. And they had all of this stuff that had been clearly, they had some weird PC stuff programmed in, which has somehow generated the stupidest results that are known, and now they are apologizing to everybody.
And had to pull it.
Yeah, they pulled it. They pulled the product. That's embarrassing.
That is really embarrassing. I really want to know the backstory here.
Yeah,
I don't feel
Like,
bad.
I want to know how this happened. And the thing with AI generation,
Right? I mean, there was a
There's
Brett Cooper did a video on the same thing, and apparently that lead developer, yeah, he's an activist.
Of course.
Like he had, his activist tweets about
How
white supremacy and whatnot.
we watched the Woke Inc. It's just like how did Activision Activism, how did that like seep into companies all of a sudden, That is crazy shit.
I think it's, remember, like, what, 8 years ago now, 10 years ago, they were talking
Yeah.
about college campuses being like the student population being very woke and having
Yeah.
safe spaces and all that shit. All those people just graduated and
then
entered these companies, and just like how they were trying to push Netflix, right? The employees were trying to push the CEO of Netflix to take
drop Dave.
yeah. So I think that these new graduates or young professionals have numbers, and they're able to, get their way in a lot of these companies, or
Yeah.
get to a position where they can influence policies, right? And have their Disney gay agenda.
Add gay influence. I think the company is so big, it's hard to not want to offend anyone, and you offend someone in the same, like, try not to offend anyone cause you to offend someone, basically.
Mhm.
It's like not Obi-Wan, how do we say Obi-Wan? Like Anakin trying to prevent Kylo from killing everyone, so he's gonna kill him, but then he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, my master's trying to kill me."
You mean Luke?
What did I say, Anakin?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me go on.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Luke trying to kill Kylo so he doesn't kill anyone, but then Kylo wakes up. Oh fuck! My master's trying to kill me, and then you just caused your own villain, dumbass.
Or just like Anakin trying to stop Padme from dying,
You're breaking my heart.
and he's the one that killed her.
Breaking my heart, Anakin.
It is. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
I don't want to offend anyone, but at the same time, doing that, offend
you're setting the stage to offend people.
Yeah. So I think what?
It's just funny. Like I feel like every example that we see of the woke stuff kind of just reinforces, like, dude, it's not imaginary. This is like really happening.
Yeah.
There's
A
agendas.
forced effort.
Yeah. We're not crazy, man. We're not. I don't think we're crazy.
I mean, remember that Buzz Lightyear movie come out? Like, if you were talking back then, that was like, what? You're saying you can't have gay people in an anime or something? Like, whoa, take it easy now, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, I get it already.
Well,
But
then you saw the video of the what was that lady? Was she like an executive?
Yeah, not so gay agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I knew it, like, I was trying to explain that to people and they didn't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, like, my dad's like showing, like, oh, like that thing you were showing, like he gets, like, he finally sees it, but it took so long for people.
See?
And you know what it was?
What?
It was the fucking Little Mermaid and the Snow White images. Like, he just watched the Little Mermaid. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
He said that.
he didn't say that. He's watching it, but he didn't finish it because
Mm.
it was so boring.
Yeah, it's not. and they made it longer. Like the animated was what, like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and the new one's like over 2 hours. And it's like, well, what's the prince's name? He has like biracial parents, and he's just a white guy.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening?
See, they were trying to do the safe route, like, hey, let's just do live action of all these movies, right? But you are fucking diluting your property, and then after a while, people don't want to come see your property anymore.
Yeah,
It's fucking crazy, dude. Seriously.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
No.
Because people saw, because I mean, they've been putting out live action versions every year for a
Yeah.
few years, and it feels like every one has been less successful than the last.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm rewatching Queen's Gambit because I'm into everything, but like rewatching it now, like there are some parts where it feels like, oh, they're like, oh,
I'm
being
a
a wo-
lady,
being a
lady
woman
chess
in a
player.
being a woman in a man's world kind of thing. But also it didn't detract from the story. It's a part of her character.
Is it
Yeah.
based on a real person, or is it just based on books?
Fictitious, I think.
Okay.
I don't believe that's a real person. Yeah. But they did have a black girl in there, like who didn't get adopted or something. It's like, and then she's like, oh, so maybe I'm just too black or something, that kind of thing. But I didn't notice it back then, and while I'm
But you
watching it
notice it
now,
now.
not as much because it's not the focal. It's not like,
Mm.
I guess the story is strong enough where I don't pay attention to that. I could be kind to this movie, but it's there. I just feel like I'm not as much dick when I notice it. Like she's not alone type of shit. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's very true because chess back then, women didn't play chess. Like there was an interview of Bobby Fischer, like, "Oh, women, they shouldn't play chess." Like he was being such a misogynist, like they're really dumb and stuff. I'm like, oh shit. So
Well, they divide chess by
Yeah.
gender,
yeah.
right?
They have a
don't.
women's one, but
Mhm.
it doesn't mean they can't join the men's one.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have their own league.
But men can't join the women's one, right?
Yeah. Unless. Never mind. I'm not going that.
I think maybe didn't that happen with, like, I feel like a poker tournament or something?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know women had to have their own poker.
Yeah, I guess there's marked differences in I don't know. There's a reasoning why they separate those by gender as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Maybe pattern recognition or something. I don't know.
hmm Man, there was even like we were watching like a cooking show, like a competition type of thing.
Mhm.
And it's for it was a drinking one. Someone had to make like a really good drink. And I thought this white girl, like, man, her drinks are always spot on. Like she's killing it. And they had a black girl too in there. There was another black girl in there, and she was like, oh, she's using the race card for her story. Like, oh,
Oh boy.
and I'm like, okay, using the race thing. And then the girl that was getting to the finals, she never used race at all. I'm like, oh, I like her. Like, she just makes good products. She's not talking about race. And all of a sudden, on the finale, she brings up the race card. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. And then one of the judges like, I bet a lot of young girls would look up to you if you won, wouldn't they? Like
They
a
said
lot of
that?
young black girls. Yeah. It's like, thank you very much. And then they had to decide like who's gonna win. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the black girl won. And I was like, what? No way. That other girl had a better drink. And I thought it was so rigged in the end. And I was like, why did you even have to add that race card? And these girls are gonna like, why does that even have to be added in there?
For a bartending
Yeah.
thing?
What if man, a lot of white girls are gonna love like what if you said that to a white girl? Why can you say that for black? Oh, a lot of Asian girls are gonna look up to you, aren't they? Like, doesn't that sound fucking weird? I don't know. It's even in reality competition shows. It's so fucking, what the fuck, dude?
I mean,
And,
it's just like putting it in your face. Like, it doesn't matter who has the superior drink. It's who has the story that we want to tell.
yeah. And there was another one where these chefs were trying to be the head chef of this really famous restaurant. And there was one guy who had Caribbean food. So that's kind of like, ethic that there's not a lot of Caribbean food. It's cool, whatever. And some other guy had traditional food. But the way the traditional guy did in the back talking his crew and everything was good. Like, hey, everyone, we needed this. The Caribbean guy, he's like freaking out. You deal with it. I can't deal with you right now. And like, chef, what's the time? Oh, it's coming. Like, he's struggling. And yet he won. Like, even though he couldn't run the kitchen well.
It was about running a kitchen.
It was about running the kitchen and who can make the best dish for this hotel, this fancy hotel that has a restaurant. And
But they picked the Caribbean.
they picked him, even though, like, okay, maybe Caribbean food would be good for the restaurant. I was just like, man, this guy doesn't even know how to run a good kitchen. Why did, like, if I was thinking about like who's gonna take over for me and run it good, I think the other guy would do it. This other guy seems like he was.
But was he a white guy?
No. Yeah. Black guy got it. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be race, but obviously his skills in the kitchen did not match the other guy. So I was like, what the fuck, dude?
So it's
obviously I can't taste the food. Maybe it did taste better.
But it seems like it's not purely on competition, like as far as, hey, this is who has the superior product or the superior
There's still a quota.
command of the kitchen. Command of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
remember the
like,
Stop Asian Hate? Was that like at one point during the COVID, people were hating on Chinese people, right? Or something? Was that true? Or was that is that what the news wanted you to think?
Well, I think maybe the news was playing it up, but they also were not playing up that a lot of the people that were attacking the Asian people were black people.
Fuck. I didn't know that either.
Like all these old Asian people that were getting assaulted like by black teenagers or something.
Fuck.
But they didn't say that. They just were like, white supremacy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just fucking weird, dude. Concerted effort to topple the white man.
Yeah, and I think I guess so. I was gonna say just divide people, but I guess that serves to divide people.
Yeah.
If the country is mostly white, or at least it was. I don't know if it still is. I
doubt it, man.
I guess it depends how much migrants they let in.
Do you know what the most diverse country is? Is it America? We should probably Google that after. But let's take a bathroom break and we'll do that.
Okay. All right.
Good?
Sounds good.
All right, man. Don't drop the coffee. Don't drop the coffee.
I don't have coffee.
Fuck.
To jump back to like, I don't want it to sound like we're, I don't know, like
racist.
Yeah,
like racist in their own way.
Yeah, but it's like it's supposed to be.
They're just dividing us.
Merit, right? Like you want the best, and I understand like why.
Merit? What do you mean by that?
Like you want the best person for the job.
Okay,
that's what it's supposed to be. But at the same time, I do understand why affirmative action was created.
So
because of disenfranchised people, right? But the way I feel like it's being done now, where it's
lopsided.
Yeah, like okay, people are getting opportunities, people have been getting opportunities, and that's great. But I don't know. I feel like it's it's what's the word? The whole equity versus equality thing, right? You want equal opportunity, everybody given an equal chance.
Do you
to-
also like want to earn it your own way and like as a personal person, or if you had the ability to jump in because it was an opportunity, you would do it regardless?
Well, I feel like if you do that, just like I mean, I don't know how other people think, but I feel like wouldn't you feel like I don't really deserve this? And
Mm,
then or the question, right? Like, oh, you only got that because
diversity
you're
hire.
yeah.
I was thinking about that. You remember when that whole George Floyd thing happened? Like all of a sudden, like I saw some artists from like Pixar or Disney, like, hey, we're gonna have like um, a portfolio review for like people for color, whatever. But they also did. There's this guy named Armand Sarani or something. He did one for like Filipinos and
Mhm.
stuff. And like a part of me was like, I could use my Filipino-ness to weasel my way like into it to like network and stuff. And like, oh, Filipino, hey, Filipino. But I know myself, I don't go rooting Filipino-ness all like I barely show them Filipino. It's not that I don't have any pride. I think it's being a halfling. I
Halfling.
I'm a
Well,
halfling.
maybe that's why we have a different perspective than somebody who's like full
Full.
Filipino, right?
So if you're full Filipino, maybe you jump on that because you're like, oh, I am proud of my country and where I'm from, and this is a um, good thing for me. But for me, I'm like, I don't have too much ties with the Philippines. I eat a lot of Filipino food. That's about it. I can't speak, and like I would feel like I'm a fake amongst
Mhm.
everyone else.
Fake
Or what you just said,
fraud.
did I get this because of my skill or because of this position I was given because of the
Mhm.
color that needed to yeah. But we don't want it just one race, but Japan doesn't have a problem with that or but they come from a culture where they're all Japanese and
Mhm.
so do you think people in Norway do with diversity hire? Do they have a
I
lot of black people needing hiring there in Norwegian area?
Well, I don't know about diversity hire, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of European countries have had a lot of immigrants come in,
Hmm.
like refugees.
But I'm sure do you think they're hired because they want to like fill a quota or
I don't
do they
know.
hire them for their merit like you said?
I don't know,
I'm
man.
wondering if they have an initiative like America has an initiative, like a diversity hire initiative, or they
I could
don't give it that. They
I
don't
could
give a
see
shit.
that. I mean, I could see it. No, because like I feel like I've heard of I don't know about Norway, but I've heard of Sweden having problems with crime now that they have all these migrants coming in.
Migrants.
And then even
What
Ireland, they're like
tunnels? There's more tunnels being built.
or I don't know if you heard about like what was going on in Ireland and then Conor McGregor kind of getting some flack for because they're having problems with migrants coming in too. And so then
Where are they all coming from? What like the countries that you're trying to flee?
I think like the Middle East and Africa.
Hmm. And a part of you wants to be like, hey, I feel bad and I want to help you, but you can only do that so much, and then it becomes a hindrance. And then
Yeah.
you can't control like when they're doing too much crimes, like you just said with Connor,
Yeah, it's
because they don't have to follow by the rules. I mean,
doesn't
like, you can
seem
get
like it.
kicked out, right? Do you get kicked out, or you just get thrown into a prison if you aren't from here?
Well, I don't know how they're doing it over there, but I know in the US it's they weren't being I mean, we saw like those guys that
I don't
attacked.
speak English. I don't
Yeah,
speak English.
we saw, right? I mean,
Sorry, I just remember the way he said it. Coles. I remember instinctive ways people say things, and it stays with me. I don't speak English.
it's yeah. So I don't know how they're dealing with it there, but I know that they're protesting.
Is Conor there helping?
Well, that's what was
Do you
going
think
on
he even?
because
is he
Conor was
in
on
Ireland?
social media saying like, because this happened right after I guess a migrant murdered a kid or something,
Dang.
and then
Okay.
so then like Conor took
talking
to social
murder.
media
Shit.
saying something against the leadership, and then there was a riot after that, and then so they were trying to
Because of
blame.
Conor.
Yeah, they were trying to blame Conor for the riot.
Did Conor say storm the castle?
I can't remember.
Then he's safe. Couldn't get Trump. Couldn't get Trump. How are you gonna get Conor?
I can't remember.
Storm the castle.
Let's see if we.
Charge!
Conor McGregor, where you at?
We need to do something.
Yeah, he said something. Riots. Yeah, I guess it was. He put out some tweets or something.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this year is gonna be nuts.
Okay, yeah, I found a news story on it.
This is gonna be nuts a year.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Deep faked,
wanna get
AI
nuts?
generated.
Want to get nuts? Let's see. Yeah, I guess Sky News.
Is this real footage of what's going
The
on?
riots?
Yeah, or is this AI generated? Like, do you ever wonder? Hey, pause real quick. You know how like we don't see the technology shit from military until years later? Like,
So you think it was
are they
fake?
been using this for the longest time?
And we
Or
didn't
what?
even know. I mean, anything is
Are
possible.
you real? Huh? This guy, what's his name?
I
Are
was
you
looking
real?
at your hand earlier. I'm like, is Nate's hand looking a little weird?
I'm missing something.
Something's going on with that hand.
Fucking shit, man.
To Conor McGregor, an unlikely segue, and I didn't think I'd be talking about him in political terms, but what's going on in Ireland is really quite terrifying. And he's at the centre of it because you're seeing a huge reaction to what happened with this attack on 3 kids and a woman by someone who's actually a naturalized Irish citizen but came in as an Algerian.
Okay,
And it
so
all
the
goes
guy
back
was a
to this
citizen.
ongoing raging
So he is a
issue of
citizen.
immigration.
Immigrated
Conor McGregor's
from
put himself
Algeria.
right in the middle of it. Basically, in Ireland, we're at war. What do you make of this?
Well, I mean, Conor McGregor is someone who likes to put himself in the middle of everything. I mean, he's a pretty abhorrent human being by your standards. I mean, I think
I want to
just
see some
Oh
footage.
yeah, I was gonna say, did they have footage?
Maybe
As
there's
much
some
as I'd
footage.
love to hear you guys talk.
Yeah, right. Breaking Points
Why
talked
are you
about it.
shooting- why are you using that? Do it.
Every picture.
Every video has that. That's the most fucking weirdest one. I think they want it to seem
Like he's a
ridiculous.
crazy guy.
Yeah. You think he's walking out there shirtless, talking to people? Anyways, did you hear
In a
Conor?
renewed
Doesn't
critique
sound like
of
he's
the Irish
talking very well
government
these
and
days.
its image.
Huh?
Did you see that video about Conor like slurring his words and stuff?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I saw
not-
that.
he's not talking very good these days.
I saw that. I did see that. Yeah, everybody's just talking about it. I want to see the footage. You know
Look
who
up
I originally saw this from? My
Conor
boy
McGregor
Decoy. I think he showed.
decoy.
Yeah, my boy
He
boy Decoy voice.
I've never heard you talk about this guy.
I've pulled him up before.
Or you have?
In Ireland, an unknown male slashed several kids and a teacher outside of school, sending several of them to a hospital. But the media and law
Drug?
enforcement's hesitancy to release the man's Algerian immigration status
Or were drugs, alcohol? Like, what brings someone to the state to stab people?
I don't know.
Like, did he get pushed? Like, what's going on? Was he just having a bad day? Was he hungry? What the fuck, man? Tell
I
me.
don't know.
I gotta
I
know.
don't know, dude. I don't know.
Why? Why'd you do this? Don't you want to stay in Ireland? Why the fuck? Why would you do that?
I don't know, man.
Come on, man. You worked this hard to get here. You start stabbing people. What the fuck?
I don't know.
All right, I just find this so ridiculous.
It doesn't make
he's,
sense.
he's a part of Ireland now, right? It said he was.
Well, yeah,
nationalized.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense.
I would work
have no idea.
my ass off to make sure I don't offend anyone and get deported. I don't know about this guy.
As Irish citizens concerned about the skyrocketing numbers of refugees in the country, and now thousands have taken to Ireland's streets to protest.
Now it's worse. Now it's more in the news.
Chanting Irish Lives Matter.
Oh my God! Irish lives matter.
Where they
They're
eventually
using
clash with
that?
Ireland's police, or as they're
I mean,
called
they do
there,
matter.
the Gardaí, or
All
Fords.
lives matter, bitch. Shame on you! Fireworks.
Eventually, fires break out at facilities that are allegedly housing migrants, and later police cars and other government vehicles were set ablaze.
Damn. This is their George Bush. Because what was happening
George
during
Floyd.
George? Oh, sorry, Bush. Floyd.
A lot of people
Well,
think that
how
in order to
happened during Floyd? I don't think they were dealing with anything, but now this is their turn to.
Oh, Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think they dealt with any George Floydy things. Oh shit!
And when the fire
Out.
department attempted to enter the scene, they too were repelled.
Where's Connor with his ladder?
Most of the streets were left
Throw the
unharmed.
ladder at them. Throw a chair at them, Connor. Connor did this, huh? Because of
Connor.
his
It's
tweet.
all Connor.
He did this? I don't know. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, right? They pitted it on him.
As a record amount of Gardaí
I gotta
riot
see what
police were
Connor said,
deployed into
though.
Dublin, but still could not gain control of the
Fighter
streets.
Dude, I'm just working. I'm getting a paycheck.
And
It's not my
unfortunately,
fault.
some began
I
to
didn't
take
do
advantage of the
anything.
havoc and began looting the local stores.
Gotta get those sneakers.
You shoot the messenger, bro. I'm just doing
Which
my
ironically
job.
goes into the protest's original concerns, as many of the looters don't appear to be a part of the original protest. And many of the Irish notice this.
3 Irish kids stabbed today and you're in robbing the place.
Is that Connor?
What? Use all doctors and engineers. There you say, folks. Look who's robbing the clothes. Don't get in my face. I'll crack your jaw wide open.
Oh, is
So
it?
after a long night of destruction, the
I don't think
politicians,
so.
media, and police
I don't think
wasted
Connery.
no time in condemning the Irish.
Who took to the streets of Dublin last night. Let me say one thing. Ask your sisters, ask your friends, ask
Hide your
everyone you
kids.
know
Hide your wives.
what they fear most on our streets. They're afraid of you, afraid of your anger and your rage, afraid of your violence, your hate, and how you blame others for your problems.
Basically
fighting
ignoring the
Irish.
issues that caused the riot, with the police commissioner blaming the far right.
So even. Oh man.
Even in Ireland.
This is too touchy, man. I have no idea what they're dealing with. Like, I want to defend the Irish people, but I'm not saying do what they fucking did. I have sympathy for them, but not for what they did, but for the stabbing and like, there's people like, well, the guy's a citizen. It changes the whole thing when you know the guy's a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like some random guy who just came there recently and started stabbing. Is what your first brain wants to do when you say something like that. Migrants in Ireland stabbing. But yeah, it's just so weird, dude. Sorry. I don't know. What was your take? I don't know what your take is yet.
I guess their perspective is that he was an immigrant, period. But like you said, he went through the process of at least becoming a citizen. So it's, changes the dynamic. But what is the process? I don't know. I don't know what the process is to become an Irish citizen.
Man. I mean, but everyone's not defending the stabber, right? They're just not liking what is going on in the
The
because
yeah. Yeah.
all right, okay. I'm just wondering. I was just like, are they trying to defend the stabber? Because they're not even talking about like they're talking about what the Irish did,
Mhm.
which makes sense. I got it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, full on riot, right?
Yeah.
So professional fighter Conor McGregor, who is likely the most
Mid.
famous Irish person currently, took to
Mid.
Twitter to call out the commissioner, shaming the Gardaí for not protecting the kids from a non-national, where he also tweeted to 17
But he is
million
national,
people
sorry.
that Ireland is now at war.
He's national
now, others
now.
are stating that McGregor should lead marches into the streets, to
AI.
which McGregor immediately condemned the riots, attacks on first responders, and the looting, accurately explaining that that did nothing to fix Ireland's issues. But he is working on the change that needs to occur, saying that he will be more tactical, and cites the recent school stabbing, decapitations, and Aisling Murphy, who was murdered in Ireland, with the media seemingly suppressing the information on who actually did it, as apparently he was able to reside in Ireland for 10 years, all while unemployed, but still receiving welfare the entire time, which Conor McGregor also recently pointed out how dismissive their Minister of Foreign Affairs is about the entire situation. And how crazy is it that you have all these
Getting more
politicians
deep.
in power that are literally paid to serve this?
It's getting more deeper than I thought. It's like it's more than just a stabbing. There's like shit
Yeah, I
being
guess there's
covered up
other
now.
incidences.
There's
Yeah,
a
I guess there's
decapitation that or someone else dying that
yeah.
wasn't explained. That's seems like this is not the first time Ireland tried to like
So maybe that's yeah, I guess it was not just the stabbing that
I think
set the
there's more to this that because we're not from there that we don't realize, I think.
but I feel like it's similar things, right? Like we're seeing the open border policy of people
Yeah.
coming in and
Have you seen
committing
Channel 5's
crimes.
latest stuff about like
Oh yeah,
going
didn't
across
he
the border and shit?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it.
No,
Have you?
no, but I'm surprised I had to literally like look up his name because I guess they're shadow banning him because I didn't
Oh.
see it right away. I don't know
I
why they don't
see
want
I see some of his stuff kind of advertised. I mean,
like it told me
recommended.
6 days ago. I was like 6 days. Why didn't I see this? Like usually it pops up. He did something 2 hours ago or something.
Mhm. Oh, but you're not seeing it until days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they are suppressing him.
But
But
he
is that
literally he went to Mexico to like check out what are these people smuggling people. What are they called? Mule?
human traffickers?
Yeah. What they do and what do the border patrol people. I watched a little bit. Apparently, the police people don't really stop you from coming over. They're just there to make sure you don't die. Because a lot of people die trying to cross this river and
Mhm.
they don't know how to swim. And he had like some correlation that like places that are wealthy, like good countries that are wealthy, more people know how to swim, and then like lower populations, they don't have a school for swimming or anything like that. They don't have that available for them. So less people know how to swim in Mexico, apparently. Yeah. So people drown trying to cross and shit.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Ah,
Yeah.
banana boats, man. I don't know.
But yeah, this is back to Ireland. I think they've been dealing with like this is a buildup, and
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
it seems like there's a lot of wood already there, and this was just to light the fire, the spark that ignited something for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like there's a lot of Tinder in the US. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Tinder in the US. We're seeing it. So yeah, like you said, it's gonna be interesting to see how this year plays out because there's a lot of things going on with
Election.
the election and technology and borders and funding foreign aid and yeah, it's gonna be I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy year.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to like all the political advertisements and things coming out, like don't vote for him. This person did this and this, paid for by the whatever administrator.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you
oh
still
geez,
see that? Where do you
not as
see
much.
that?
I used to see it on the YouTube last time. YouTube
Mm.
like pushed the shit out of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I guess it'll ramp up. We'll
Yeah,
see it
it'll ramp up
again.
for sure. But like, how much can we even tell if other companies are? I mean, countries are involved.
Countries.
Corpos
Involved in advertising.
in the manipulation of how what gets out there to the people and whatnot.
Involved with our
Like,
country or their
yeah.
own countries.
Because wasn't like Russia involved in Trump's thing?
I mean, that's what they said, right? And they had like they
Or
investigated.
was that a left? Was that a left story that was a myth that I
Yeah, I
believed?
mean that's where the accusations were flying from, right? That it was Russian collusion, but they ran an investigation, and I don't think they found anything, as far as I know. Otherwise,
Is
he'd
it
be in jail.
because Trump visited Putin? Or he visited Putin, right? Or was I wrong?
When he was
in that?
president?
Yeah, when he was president.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
like we had relations with Russia up until the Ukraine war.
Yeah, I don't know. I certainly thought I believed it. I guess like, I mean, I wasn't really thinking too much of it at that time. But it's funny how
Yeah.
I repeat old information to you as if it's still factual.
Yeah, I mean, that was like you're right, like right after he got elected, and there was all that Russian collusion stuff. And I think there was there was an investigation. Here we can look into it because it's settled now. Let's see. But can I trust Google? I don't know. Let's see what Google will say.
I don't know, dude. Do you still Google or are you ducking it? Like you still find you're still Googling it?
I still Google, man.
Yeah, man.
Who do I trust? But then it's like, yeah, who do I trust?
On the websites talking about
Yeah.
them. You can't trust anyone. That's the truth.
Right?
The more and more voices are out there. Man, it's like before they used to have a soapbox where someone stands on there and then they're like, listen to me, the world, or listen to Jesus. Jesus is the way. And that's how you'd get your information out.
Yeah.
And then if a king didn't like what you're saying, then you'd off with your head. Or you would do it like in secret, right? You would do it in a tavern. Like, hey, everyone, we're going to have our secret meeting.
Yeah, and
But-
now we're drowning
saying-
in information.
And then it was radio. And then like you would hear information from maybe 2 or 3 different radio stations and like TV. But it's still under the same corporation.
Yeah, like we said, when it was all everybody listened to the same news.
Yeah. So first it was soapbox, no microphone. Then it was radio with a microphone. TV, that's the loudspeaker. Everyone listens to that. That's how you get the news of the world. Now we have phones, and you can even be your own megaphone speaker, and you can say whatever the fuck you want, and you might have people listening to you, and it might not even be true or not. You know, just like everyone has a voice.
We're not
How do
experts,
you manage
people.
it? Yeah.
We're not experts.
How do you
These two
manage
guys
all these
talking.
voices? It's too hard. Not
Well,
even
I mean,
Google
and
can manage it.
that's when they were coming out with like the misinformation, disinformation policies.
Oh, that they all
on
said
these-
at the same time. On the,
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
news
The
one.
news, the yeah, you know.
Yeah, what is that thing called? Whatever that line they all
yeah.
had to say.
The social media has blah blah blah. We here
Yeah.
at KTL whatever and KMV and WPXY feel like we can give you the truth. Or yeah, I remember that. And they're all reading the same script.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't trust anyone. Were you finding that video?
I didn't find a video. I just found a New York Post article.
All right.
But see, it's all perspective, because they say, yeah, the Russian collusion probe was seriously flawed, no basis in evidence when opened.
This is basically what he did to Obama, saying, "Hey, give me your birth certificate so I can see that you're really, you know."
Yeah.
This is basically his thing. There's always someone trying to shit on whoever's the
Well,
president.
yeah. I mean, you think about you go back to even going back to George Bush in 2000 when he was elected, right? There was a challenge to that election because of Florida, and I guess there was
The
something
recount
wrong
thing?
with the recount thingy,
Yeah.
right? So there was that, and then yeah, I guess the Obama birthers movement, right?
Yeah.
And then Trump Russian collusion, and then now you
Well, they try
got
to trump everything with them. They're still trying.
well, yeah, well, because he's and then in 2020, right? Like Trump said Biden stole the election, so it's like it seems like it's becoming commonplace for there to nobody to be like conceding the elections anymore.
Like saying, "I lost. Better next
Yeah,
time."
yeah.
Or I wish
But
that
I
person,
mean,
you know.
yeah, at the same time, like, yeah, you see like all the cases against Trump. It's like, man, they're really going after this guy.
It's like watching like WCW or something. Like sometimes, you know, just like the drama happening between the presidency and what they're
Yeah,
trying to do. It's
it
so
is right. It's like pro wrestling.
yeah, it's pro wrestling drama sometimes. Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. So what is it? February. So we got like less than 9 months till the election.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what conversations are like around the dinner table during this time, you know? Like the news that the information that we accumulate from our end about what's going on and
it's all perspective.
And what
'Cause
they're
then-
getting from the live the legacy shit. And yeah. And what are the ones like my niece just turned 21. So it's just like she could vote. And like what is that generation seeing? Because 21-year-olds, they're gonna be seeing something completely different from all of us too.
Yeah, what on TikTok they're watching? I mean, right? Where are they
This
getting
could
there?
be there's a new crop of people that are gonna vote. And I would think
Because when
you want to get the younger voices.
when we were 21, dude, I don't feel like I didn't vote anyway.
It's 21, right?
18.
Or it's 18? Oh my bad.
But I mean, like,
Still,
I
18-year-old, like, do you know anything at 18? I think you're just
didn't even-
fresh. I
yeah,
think
I
you're
didn't-
just fresh
I
meat
didn't
for
care anything about politics at that time.
manipulative.
When we were 18? Like when we were graduating high school, right? At that time, Bush was
Dominating.
president, but I do remember like when Obama was running, and then like people like being happy, right? It's like, oh yeah,
Well, we're in Hawaii. Yeah, everyone loved it. It's just weird that he, like, I don't know. I feel like he just uses that as like leverage to win the Hawaiian people. Like, I don't think he's.
But even though we're such a tiny state, like,
you know what I mean? Like, aloha. Like, I don't know what. I don't see local in him. You know, I think sometimes like someone lives here a while and you know they can be called local, but you know, I don't know. Says the guy who left when he was 21. So
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
There was a guy that came here and someone said, "Oh, he's from Hawaii." I said, "Oh, cool." And I go talk to him. He lived there for a couple of years because of the military. And it's like, oh, and he doesn't sound like there's no pigeon in him. Then I was like, oh,
Well, yeah, if he was only
well,
for a couple
have a
of
good
years.
day now. No, I didn't really. I kept talking, but I could not feel the Hawaiian energy, and I couldn't feel the like that. Remember that guy I told you like, oh, you remind me of Stefan? Like instantly, I had that feeling. This
Mhm.
guy, I was like, you sit on a throne of lies. You smell like cheese.
telling people you live in Hawaii.
You smell like stinky cheese. Elf. He ain't no real Santa. Yeah, there's something about living there for a while, growing up. I guess if you spent your adolescence, your younger days, I think that shapes you
Mhm.
more than if you stayed there 21 to 30.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, because I think Obama was born in Hawaii and moved to like Sri Lanka or something.
Like 1 year, like he didn't even.
No, I mean he went. I think he came back
No,
and then
Punahou?
yeah, he went to Punahou, and then I can't remember after that. Then I guess maybe he went to college somewhere else. So I mean, at least a handful of years.
Okay. I could just be shitting on him. He could be a true local. You know, I'm just talking shit.
But
over
I know
here.
what you mean, right? He's like, I'm Obama.
It's like how I was talking shit about that one guy. We were listening to his music, and he looks like some white dude. But then, like, oh, he has roots. My bad. We were
What's
listening
wrong?
to some guy on Amazon Music one time,
Oh,
and he looked like a white guy, and he had some kind of Hawaiian music. I'm like, who's this white guy? And we find out, oh, he has some roots, you know. And I feel like a dick for teasing.
shit on this guy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, man.
Don't listen to the shit I say, people.
That's what I mean. Like
You're gonna take it out of context. Someone
We're
will
two
make a reel.
randos just talking shit to each other on the internet.
Someone's gonna like, actually, Obama, he was like a true Hawaiian, and he went to Toys and Joys. You fucks. Actually,
did you ever hear back? Did you ever hear back from that comment?
But it taught me never to start any sentence with actually, because you sound like a douchebag. never start any sentence with that. You sound like you think you know everything.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Apparently. Actual factual.
Actually. Yeah, such a turn off hearing that. Yeah.
I agree.
It comes off too snarky and
Mhm.
like you're trying to be a smarty pants.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
especially in text, because
Oh,
then
yeah. But when you hear it in person, well, actually, like
But
maybe that would
even
be.
still, I don't know. even
Wasn't
still,
there
it's like,
Oscar? Oscar was an actually
guy? Yeah,
right?
yeah. Can we find that?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be our closer.
Yeah, close it up. Hit in at 2 hour.
Oscar actually.
Oh, we're pretty political this podcast. I had no topics, so it's funny how that just went down.
Yeah, and I had AI. I don't know how it got into politics. I guess because it's there and it's an election year. It's kind of unavoidable. The Office.
And I don't know how we got to Conor from AI. Maybe I talked about fake riots or some shit. And
Yeah, I can't remember. Actually.
Watch the podcast or listen to the podcast.
Yeah, right. Oh, they do have, or somebody does. Suck it, Oscar.
You mean someone not NBC and they
Yes.
allowed it?
Someone not NBC.
NBC cleaned house on YouTube. There was all these like YouTube shorts you could watch, and you have to watch it through their Office Bites.
Yeah, right.
Like, fuck your Office Bites.
I'm assuming this one, not the suck it,
Dude,
Oscar.
what the hell? Why does Michael Scott look so weird?
I don't know.
Is that an AI Michael Scott? What the fuck is going on, dude? What? That is a weird ass still frame of him.
Yeah. It's his weird little smile.
Yeah, it's pushed or something. I don't know.
It's kind of like
I
that.
don't like it.
Remember my smile when we went to the food trucks.
Huh?
I
The
guess
food
you
trucks
remember.
in my area?
Yeah.
One of the
What
best
about the
places
smile?
to send
And I
You're
had-
smiling?
now exclusive.
Yeah, and
I
you
was
said,
making fun of your smile.
you don't,
I'm sorry, dude. I was making a joke. I don't even know what I said.
you don't even
Here am
remember.
I being a dick. What did I say? Was I being an ass? Sorry, dude.
Kind of.
What did I say?
I don't know. Like I was smiling and frowning. It might even still be on Instagram. You might have commented.
Sorry.
Yes.
I don't even remember. Okay.
I'll see if
I
can-
gotta be more impeccable with my words. I'm not doing very good. You know that's not me anymore, brother.
brother.
That was that Nate from
From-
SF where we took pictures behind us and we were looking at the bridge. That was that guy. Let's go talk to him.
I'll try.
Around here, Oscar is known as actually because he will insert himself into just about any conversation, add facts or correct grammar.
Fuck.
He really does fit that old stereotype of the smug.
Actually,
That's it. That was it.
actually,
I thought we would hear more. The smug gay Mexican.
I always think about that time they roasted Michael Scott, and then Oscar went up and he's like, Parky. I'm just laughing, listening to him rant in Spanish, how he feels.
Yeah. And then Michael's like, you really came after my intelligence there. I'll have you know that several IQ tests have whatever.
Yeah.
I felt so sad for him.
Boom, Stanley, you're fat. Boom, roasted.
Crushed
And
your
then
wife.
Stanley was like,
Crushed your wife. Really.
the stupid laugh that he did.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, priceless.
good.
The Office.
This episode's in crisis. Why don't you tell the people where they can find our previous episodes and whatnot?
All right, people. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and listen to us wherever you do podcasts. Until next time. Peace. See ya.
Good stuff, my friend.
Yeah, good times. Those guys that
I don't
attack.
speak English. I don't
Yeah,
speak English.
we saw, right? I mean,
Sorry. So when you saw the picture, were there black belts you've never seen before? Like they just train on different days, never come across?
I didn't.
Or-
Honestly, I didn't look at the picture too
Oh,
close.
I can imagine not looking at it too close because it's like, oh, my fucking knee. You gotta think
Yeah.
about your knee, right? I get it, dude.
I'm a piddly little blue belt over here with a bum knee. Oh, Prison Nate! I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice. And I just said, yeah, I did just a little bit, but I only
Yeah.
want against a girl.
Hey,
Like,
It's
I
better than
always-
nothing, dude. It's better. People come in
I
with
always-
nothing, right?
I always use that as my story. I did wrestling, but I only won against a girl. How shitty I was. Was your brain like trying to like? You kind of look familiar. I just can't.
Yeah, I couldn't
pinpoint it.
place it. And then he told me his name, and I instantly was like, "Oh
Oh
shit,
yeah, wrestling,
dude, you look so different."
And you've never changed, Miguel.
Yeah,
You still look like a
apparently
little boy.
I haven't changed. That's what Jody said. Jody said I didn't change.
I mean, your style didn't change that much, right? I mean, your hair doesn't. You cut it because you don't want it too wild, right? And then
Yeah.
the beard never changed. Well, it changed a little in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
your
don't
clothing
change.
changed. You're not wearing salmon as much. or Slim Shady jerseys.
Or V-necks.
Yeah, you're a V-neck guy. I was trying to do it because Miguel was rocking it. I was like, I don't like this. Wait, when did you stop?
Too much clavicle.
Aloha.